Listen up, people. Those who know me well will be aware of my passion around the importance of mental health. Perhaps you've got to a stage in your life like me where you have the tendency to look back and have doubts. Maybe you've got to a stage in your life where you've had a confidence knock. Perhaps you've become a new parent or taken a career step which has affected your well being. You might be surprised as to how many people find themselves in such a similar position. I also always recommend everyone to try therapy. And here's why. A therapist will listen, ask questions, help you see things from new perspectives in your life. They can provide professional advice and techniques to making small positive changes in your life. BetterHelp is the paid partner of this video, and they're on a mission to make starting therapy easier. By filling out a simple questionnaire, you'll be matched with the right therapist for you as soon as possible. You can easily switch therapists anytime at no extra cost if you feel they're not the right fit for you. With over 7,000 reviews and a 4.3 rating on Trustpilot, BetterHelp is a platform that you can trust. Just click the link in the description or go to betterhelp.com/12th man to get 10% of your first month of therapy. Just one click could save or change your life.
Pray for Gabriel, a last-minute winner. Hold that, Liverpool, because you know what? As much as I didn't find the performance as amazing or as impressive today, Liverpool have been doing that for the last few games until this weekend. This was a must-win game for many reasons. It was a must-win game to get us into what people would class as a title race this early. It would be a win and 3 points that would allow Arsenal to be catching back up with Liverpool. It's 3 points that would allow us to take advantage on other clubs that drop points this weekend in and around us at the moment. Whether they're going to be come May, right now is where it matters. Chelsea dropping points, Tottenham dropping points, even teams around us that probably won't be around us for some time dropping points. This was huge. Now, let's just take a moment to pray for Gabriel. Set piece FC. It comes in fits and starts with Arsenal. We're known for it. Perhaps this season it hasn't been as pivotal for us. It hasn't been as common for us so far. But you know what? You've always got a chance when you've got a corner and Gabriel in the box. This guy was at fault for the goal. I thought he should have done better. I thought he should have been stronger. I thought he was a little bit weak. I thought it was soft. But he pops up, doesn't he? Offensively and defensively from set pieces, there's nobody better in the Premier League. He is nothing but a monster. He's a colossus at the back in terms of what he does defensively for us. But whenever we get something, whether it's a free kick or corner, I always look at one man. Where is Gabriel? And Newcastle couldn't find him. 90th plus minute. Look at that man. And he goes up bravely and he wins us the game. Now, there is so many negatives about this that I did not like today. There's quite a minimal amount of positives. But sometimes you have to get out of there with something. And we were able to get out of there with 3 points. And I must admit, with a few minutes to go, it didn't look like we were going to get anything out of the game. And this is how quickly it can change. We're questioning the mentality. We're questioning whether Arsenal have got the balls. We're questioning whether the manager has got the elite mentality to get us across the line. We're questioning whether Mikel Arteta's substitutes were correct. We're questioning whether Mikel's substitutes were too long. And I think all of those are valid and justifiable. I still think they are, even though we won the game. Now he's going to be hailed as a genius because Mourinho scored when he brought him on, and he was bringing on Ødegaard, who had a good couple of passes and I think an assist, leaving on the likes of Rice instead of Zubimendi, which I think he should have done, by the way. A smash and grab, you then just have to say fair play. But I tell you what, you're so close, Arsenal. You're so close yet again to people questioning you. Fine margins in football, right? Fine margins. Arsenal need to start showing mentality that they can go to grounds like that and pick up 3 points. And that's exactly what we did. Now, did we show the mentality to do it? Not for me. There might be an element of luck if you look at the timings that we scored the goal. But actually, Arsenal were the better side today. I don't think that Newcastle played that well. I don't think Newcastle were a team that we were struggling to come up against. They weren't peppering our goal. I don't think they had any clear-cut opportunities. I don't think Raya had much to do other than collect the ball. And the goal they scored was actually a disappointing one. And if I'm honest with you, I was frustrated with Gabriel more than anybody. Now, the team selection was a strange one. And I think he got it wrong again. I've got to be honest. I don't think that he got this one right. And I know a lot of people will say you're just hating on Mikel Arteta. It isn't that. For me, everybody would have been confused today to see Trossard starting again. I think everybody would have been rather bizarrely confused, and rightly so, about the fact that he's dropped Saliba for Mosquera. And I think people would probably pleasantly be surprised that Eza starts in the middle ahead of Marino or Odegaard. So, again, you can never, ever predict an 11 with Mikel Arteta. You just can't. You just have no idea what it's going to be. And in the first 20 minutes, I was pleasantly surprised with Arsenal. I felt that we were the better side. I felt we did enough to be on top. And I felt we should have been at least 1, maybe even 2-0 up. We saw Eza with a shot that was brilliantly saved by Pope. We saw him have another shot that was saved. We saw Trossard hit the post, probably should have buried it. And then we see Gyökeres with a couple of chances where I think he should have gone forward and actually smashed it, as opposed to taking his time and dilly-dallying. And then we get the penalty incident. I don't care what anybody tells me. That's a penalty. We saw it happen last week with Sanchez. He gets a red card. Why is it that Pope is being told he's got the ball? The only reason he's touched the ball is because Gyökeres has got there first and he's kicked the ball on to Nick Pope. That's the only reason that he's touched the ball. He doesn't win the ball before Gyökeres gets there. He doesn't win the ball cleanly. He takes out Gyökeres, and Gyökeres has won the ball first. And the only reason it hits his foot is by luck, because Gyökeres has flicked it onto his foot. It's clearly the right decision from the referee this time. And VAR have, for whatever reason, got involved. I don't get why. It makes no sense to me. I can't believe it's happened, but it has. And we're in a position right now where we're looking at VAR once again and questioning what's going on. I think after the VAR incident, Arsenal showed a little bit of weak mentality because we were on top. And that should have been Newcastle going, we're lucky here, guys. But in the end, it kind of boosted Newcastle. Their 12th man started getting loud. And Arsenal again were sat there questioning whether they were the big boys or not. And I don't think we got into the game. I thought the final third was poor. Again, I don't think Saka, Gyökeres or Trossard had the best of games. After a few minutes of Gyökeres playing, I thought pretty well. Saka doing bits and glimpses. I don't think Trossard had the best of games again. I don't know what it is right now, but we can't get this front three firing. We can't get them working. We look poor in the final third, and it's like we get to a certain part of the pitch and we struggle. And that frustrates the hell out of me, I've got to be honest with you. It really does. And I don't think we got a hold of the game at all. The goal that we conceded was a poor mistake from Mosquera. It's the first mistake he's made in an Arsenal shirt. And I said it after Liverpool, I'm impressed. But don't get carried away, because he will make mistakes. He's a kid. He will be rash. He will make a challenge. He will pass it sideways. He will make a bad pass and an error like he did today. And I wasn't really sure that it was the right decision to bring him off at half-time for Saliba. Now, don't get me wrong. We all know that Saliba is by far a better option than Mosquera. And that's not what the problem is here for me. I just don't really understand why you would drop Saliba and bring him on at half-time. Surely you would just play him and bring him off if he needed to come off. If it's a fitness thing. I'm just surprised, if I'm honest, that Mosquera was taken off. Because it's as if you've made a mistake, you're coming off as punishment. He did it with Nuno Tavares, if you remember, a few years ago. But then he would leave Kai Havertz on for 9 games until he scored. It's really strange. But Saliba comes on. We go 1-0 down. Gabriel's got to do better from the corner. Volta literally brushes him and he goes down like a sack of spuds. He's looking at the ref. Of course we're not going to win that, people. Of course we're not going to. It's poor. Sorry. It ain't good enough. That just isn't good enough. So I was very, very disappointed with how we defended that corner. It was the only real chance that they had that was clear cut. And I wouldn't even say it was fair play from them. The 6'8" monster has tapped it in because our defender, who actually fair play won us the game, has decided that he wants to go down like a sack of spuds. Now that's poor for me. That's very, very poor. I expect better from Gabriel. And then in the second half, I just don't think we really had enough quality. And then we got to 68, 69, and I'm thinking, when are we making the changes, Mikel? When are the subs coming on? When are we going to see Martinelli and Odegaard? Why is Zubamendi, Rice and Marino still on the pitch when you're trying to win the game? And I remember saying in the watch-along, why have we got us to a stage where we're 1-0 down and we've got Marino, Rice and Zubamendi? And then what happens? Marino, boom. And I must say, that is the only reason, positively, that you would have Marino on there for. It's not to get a foothold in the game. It's not to get him on the ball and spread passes through, spray passes right and left. It's to be a threat in the box. And that's what he was. That's what he was. That is exactly what Marino ended up being. So fair play. And fair play to Arteta for bringing him on. Because that for me was, in the end, something that gave us a foothold in the game. And then Odegaard's balls. Miles Lewis-Skelly had a couple of chances going forward. It's all about the big man. It's all about Big Gabriel. Big Gabby, as we call him. For me, Gabriel should be our captain. I totally believe and can't believe that he's not, if I'm honest with you. Gabriel should be our captain and our leader. And it's for moments like that. We've won the game because of him. So fair play. I'm in a position right now where I'm very confused about the performances of Arsenal right now. I don't like the style of play. I find it very boring. And I'm questioning the manager. And I'm questioning the mentality. And then within a flick of a switch, we win the game. Now that's not sustainable, as Liverpool proven this weekend. So we can't go and do that much more. We now need to go on a run of games. Because if I would have said to you, we're going to win at Manchester United at Old Trafford. We're going to beat Leeds and Forest. We're going to beat Newcastle at their ground. And then you're going to drop points at the champions at Anfield, and you're not going to be able to beat Man City. I would have gone, do you know what? Out of those 6 games, we'll take that. We'll take that. But we haven't played well. Things have got to improve. And Arsenal Football Club right now need to look at this game and say, take it, smash and grab, snatch it, nick it at the end. But let's look at our individual performances and our team performances and try and get this attack and final third firing. Big up, people. Hit the like button. Make sure you hit subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.